Yeah, yeah. Hi, tribe. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. You are here with your elder in chief, Karima McGee. If this is your first time watching any one of my videos, I want to thank you in advance. If anything resonates with your spirit, I want to ask that you return the energy that you got for free. And how do you do that? You drop down in the comments below. I talk back. You like it? You share the video. Let the folks know that Hot Wisdom is still around and we ain't going nowhere, baby. Listen, I posted a video. I believe it was yesterday, or was it? Anyway, I posted a video about sensuality. It brought us 40 new tribe members. So I want to say hello and welcome to the tribe. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. To my tribe members who have been writing since the beginning, thank you guys for seeing the vision. I appreciate you. We're going to jump right into today's video. I want to tell you a story first, though, okay? Here we go. I was born in a time where I got to see images in film and in art and culture where women were, where they were allowed to be as soft as they can be. All right? Not just soft, but there was a version of softness that represented sensuality in such a way that it was freeing and it was at ease. It was at ease. And so I told you guys in that sensuality video that I had about 40 videos or so and memories of videos and movies that really stayed with me. And I'm able to pull from those ideas when I'm writing or when I'm envisioning what it looks like to express it, to express femininity in such a way. And it could be the reason why I have such a complex view on it outside of hot wisdom. I have a very complex view of womanhood in general because I come from a time in history where I've seen the evolution of women. I've seen the feminist movement. I've seen what that looks like. I've seen it. That's why, I've seen those different levels. I've seen when women went into the workplace. I've seen what that looks like. I've seen when women were at home with their children. I've seen what that looked like. And the results of that as well. However, in today's time, you guys don't have that luxury of being able to see women in different capacities. Because the images that you see, both in film, it's a little bit different when it comes to womanhood, right? In most cases, they're the love interests. And so you get the sex, but you don't get the sensuality. You get the lust, but you don't get the sensuality. On your television screens and your TV shows, you get the arguing, the fighting, you get the backbiting, the not so sisterhood relationships, the not so, you get that. You get the imagery of what that looks like. You get the boss babe, you get that. So you get a very surface level of womanhood. You don't get a complete version of that. And I don't even believe there's a such thing as completing that version, right? Because that can always be defined. However, I do believe that you have a very restricted way of seeing the world because of the images that you see. That's why representation is key. Now, growing up, I must admit that most of the movies that I love, I didn't get a chance to see my brown self represented in that because that was the times that I come from, right? In my times, growing up, if I saw a brown woman on TV, in most cases it was, she was the prostitute to the pimp, or she was the pimp herself, or she was the fighting, save the world, or she was the mammy on some ends in cartoons. So I come from a very weird time in history where depending upon the skin of the woman, she's represented in such a way. And I'm not naive to that thought. Neither should you be. And also, even today, how women are being represented today, there's not much difference in that aspect as well. But when we're talking about sensuality, I want you to understand this, okay? If you don't have the images and you don't know what it's like, you don't know what it looks like, if you yourself haven't experienced what it's like to be touched and to be honored, to be adored and to be loved, you've never seen it, nor have you ever felt it yourself. In most cases, the way your sensuality is set up is you can sense betrayal. You betrayed. You can sense when someone doesn't like you or when they envy you. You call that a sense of discernment. So and you hear women say it all the time. I use discernment. I can tell she doesn't like me. I use discernment. I'm not going to like her. And so that's also sensuality, feeling the world around you. So the way most modern women's energy centers are set up is they're set up to feel when things are not so good. And so they're naturally in a fight or flight way of being. They're not in the receiving way of being. And I'm not naive to that thought as well. Hence why my book shows you how to tap into that side if you've never been there. That's going to be a journey in itself. If you've never been to the side of sensuality in a different way, then knowing when someone's cheating on you, being able to sense that and feel that and intuit that, that's sensuality. Being able to feel the world around you, being able to feel being felt, that's sensuality. But if you have been set up in such a way that the way you feel and perceive the world is one-sided, then you're going to struggle with the other side. But you got to be willing to do the work, because I promise you, once you get an inkling of what it's like to feel the world around you in a way where instead of sensing and feeling betrayal, you can sense and feel loyalty. Instead of, sensing and feeling danger, you can sense and feel what it's like to be at ease and at peace. And then that will free you up to other areas of sensuality. Areas of sensuality. I think I mentioned this in a sensuality video, how my pots and my pans, when I'm winding my waist and I'm cutting up the tomatoes and cutting up the potatoes, that's where my sensuality starts. For me, I mentioned that in that video. But then when I realized it for the rest of the day, I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I find sensuality when I'm doing my skincare. I find sensuality when I am cleaning, when I am organizing, when I am getting my house together. It's a feeling the energy around and creating a space that is number one, protected from outside sources, right, and forces, but also that it really is that kind of place, and it feels that way when you enter. That's also operating a sensuality outside of the bedroom. But how can you guys feel that in other ways? Where do you find your sensuality? Where does it begin and when does it end? Is there a beginning? Is there an end? Do you find yourself more at peace and more at ease when you're alone? Well, that's sensuality as well, because you're feeling the presence of being alone. But what would happen if you were able to be at ease in the company of someone else and to feel their presence and they to feel yours and to feel the energy transfer? What would that be like? You see, sensuality has to come in layers when you're peeling back the hurt, the pain, and all of those things, because you're used to feeling one kind of way. But what if someone were to brush your hair? Are you able to feel that? Every cell in your body responding. Someone's in the room. Can you feel that? Every cell in your body. Can you feel yourself looking at yourself? What does that feel like? When you're looking at the reflection of yourself in the mirror, what does that feel like? You got to start somewhere. And I hope this is a cohesive message. I wanted it to just be about recognizing where you guys are and you're in the natural state of affairs, socially. Okay, we're now connecting with one another on the internet. People are not mating, cohabitating, co-creating. They're less likely to go on dates now because nobody wants to be hurt. No one wants to feel that. They don't want to feel that pain. They don't want to feel that rejection. And you already know what I feel about that. Feel the pain, feel the rejection, because that's where you're going to know what it's like to feel pleasure. You can't know what it's like to experience full pleasure if you've never known what it was like to feel pain. You cannot know what it's like to feel at peace if you've never known what it was like to be unsettled. So you can't pick and choose what you want to feel in the world, although you can operate only at one level. But when you understand that feeling is the power, feeling it all, The heartbreak, the pain, the betrayal, but also the bliss and also the pleasure and also the peace and also the comfort and also the sensuality, the pleasure. Feeling that on a level that every cell in your body responds. That's what we're talking about. But there's levels to it. Until next time, I want you to look yourself in the mirror. Find the beauty in who you are. Open up your book, The Return of the Divine Feminine, and do the hard work. Don't you skip. You go right to the page that talks about energy. Find out where you are and work yourself through that, because that's where you're going to tap in to the other side of you that you really deserve to experience. Until next time, please be inspired, be empowered, and be well. Take care.